consume all Disney media. Must consume all Disney media. Hi guys, welcome back to the weird side of YouTube. I'm your host, author DC Knight, and this is The Legend of Gaming, the show where I talk about games instead of playing them. Now, as you may or may not know, I have actually finished my Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts. You can have the playlist up here, there, I don't know which one. But I did finish it, and I want to have a video about my thoughts right after it. I have played this game before. It wasn't completely blind, but it's been quite a while since I have played it, so there are a couple episodes where I'm meandering around and don't understand what to do next, which is a little bit confusing for me as a 34-year-old man, because I don't remember having trouble with it as a kid. But, you know, sometimes your brains just change over time, I guess. Maybe my brain is rotting on the inside, I don't know. But, this is the video where I want to talk about everything to do with the first Kingdom Hearts game. My lamp keeps going out. My experiences with it this time around, as well as my first experiences with it. And, let's just get into it. Okay, now, Kingdom Hearts, I'm trying to separate this video from the rest of the series, so it's hard to compare it. I can't compare it to the things that came after it, because this is the first game. So, this is not scripted, by the way, it's just my thoughts from my brain to my heart to you guys. This is a lot, by the way. I'm going to take this off. And, I don't know, just from the story point of view, I think it was really, really good. I feel like a lot of the storyline most casual players will miss because they don't really care about reading the Ansem notes. I've never once cared about reading the Ansem notes. I just picked up the story along the way through the rest of the series and YouTube videos. I didn't even read them during this playthrough. I feel like all that stuff could have been, you know, show not tell, which is a term in writing, which is in any kind of media really, which is basically show this instead of just telling it. But I understand why they went the way they did. They focused a lot more on the Disney villains in this game than they do in future games. I shouldn't be talking about future games, but most every world has a corresponding Disney villain, which is completely different from everything else in the series. Why do I keep talking about the rest of the series? This is really hard, not comparing it to the rest of the series. But I actually really enjoy the Disney villains. They brought them all to life very well. I expected to cringe a lot more at the dialogue more than I actually did this time around. I don't know if it's because I was just used to it, or if it just wasn't as cringy as some of the other stuff in the series, which I have to stop saying. The one thing that did bother me so much is how many times characters say the word darkness in this game. They say it a billion fucking times, sometimes in the same sentence twice. It's really one of my pet peeves to read a book that has repeated words in it. It's one of my biggest pet peeves to go back and edit my own work and see that I've been doing the same thing. So obviously in a video game, even hearing it is going to be a little bit worse than just reading it. You get sick of the word darkness by the end of the game, and it actually says it more toward the end of the game than it does the beginning, which is a really weird thing to do. But I get why, because the story is at its climax, and the story theme itself is basically darkness versus light and hearts and blah 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 blah. But I found that really annoying and almost grating as an adult playing this. The first time I played this game, I was in high school, I believe. It came out a while before I got my hands on it. The second game, Kingdom Hearts 2, had come out before I'd actually been able to play the first one, Kingdom Hearts 1. So it'd been a while. I'm not sure the dates or what age exactly I was, but I don't remember it being as annoying as a kid, probably because kids don't really mind things like that, repetitiveness, and no kid really gives a shit about that. I love, one of my favorite things in any gaming thing ever is how they do party systems in this. You have not every world, but a lot of the worlds have a Disney character that can join your party. Jack Skellington, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, Jack Skellington's from Nightmare Before Christmas. Hercules doesn't join you because the Olympus Coliseum world isn't really a world, it's just like a mini-game area where you just fight stuff. It has a storyline to it, but it's also optional to complete the actual game. A number of the worlds are optional, actually. Peter Pan joins you in Neverland. I don't remember the rest of them, but it's really fun and cool to have your favorite Disney characters fight alongside you, especially if you're like me and find the Mickey Mouse and Friends crew a little bit boring. I first played this game as a kid because I'm obsessed with Little Mermaid, as you may or may not know. It's my favorite Disney movie, and now the live action is my favorite movie. There's a whole video coming out about me actually liking the live action as compared to everyone else, but that's neither here nor there. And I also like Nightmare Before Christmas as a kid, and Alice in Wonderland. I still love all these franchises near and dear to my heart. But I wasn't really as interested in the Final Fantasy aspect of it as much as I was, hey, this looks like Zelda with Disney characters. It's nothing like Zelda. Zelda is not an RPG, but Zelda was the only thing I had to compare it to at the time, whereas in the sense that, like, you're a hero, third person, swinging a sword around. I never played Final Fantasy before. And I was just obsessed. Like, the first game I played in the series was Chain of Memories on Game Boy Advance because I'm a Nintendo kid, and I was really angry for the longest time. I didn't understand why Disney wouldn't partner with Nintendo, or Square Enix wouldn't partner with Nintendo, because in my head, Nintendo and Disney go together more than Sony and Disney does. But that's neither here nor there. Finally, I played the Game Boy Advance Chain of Memories version and was obsessed with it, and got this game and the sequel, Kingdom Hearts 2. And I fell in love with both of them. The weird thing, the first time I played this game, I played this and Kingdom Hearts 2 at the exact same time, not right after each other. If I got stuck in this game, I would boot up Kingdom Hearts 2 until I got stuck in Kingdom Hearts 2, and then I would boot up this game and play it. Very strange, very convoluted way of playing, but I was obsessed and I didn't care. I loved the gameplay, I still love the gameplay. The magic system is fun, even though I never fucking use it. I'm very much a hack and slash, bash them in the head kind of bitch. I only use magic in games when I have to and it solves a puzzle, really. I don't really like using it. It's not that I don't like it, but I think the menu system going down with the D-pad is a little bit cumbersome sometimes, especially in the heat of battle. There's a lot of times as a kid and now where I have issues in the heat of battle going through my magic system or my healing system or whatever, potions and whatnot. It's just kind of cumbersome, a little bit annoying. As far as being a 2023 game, how does it hold up this year? I think it came out in like 2003, maybe, I don't know, 2004, 2001, I don't know. I think, again, I don't play much 2023 games. The most modern game that I played recently was Elden Ring, I think. And I actually like Elden Ring. My partner and I used to stream it on Twitch, link in description, but he got really bored of it. I might pick it back up for stream later on, I don't know. It was one of the games that we played together. But I actually really like Elden Ring. As far as like Kingdom Hearts versus Elden Ring goes, though, I would quicker pick up Kingdom Hearts than I would Elden Ring. That's just a personal taste, though, for me. Which brings me to like themes of this game and the story. If you know me, if you read my books or any writing that I've ever done, you'll know that I love the juxtaposition of childlike innocence and like horrific, horrible darkness shit. And not that this is too dark, but there's some dark elements to it. Like the final boss is called the World of Chaos, and it's a flesh amalgamation of different creatures, which is a little horrifying for a Disney game. Sora's whole story is a little bit dark. Chain of Memories in itself is dark, but as of this game, it's pretty dark. It deals with death and like destruction of worlds and people displaced from their homes and their loved ones. It's pretty dark when you look at the subtext. Obviously, it's painted with like a light color and juxtaposed to like incredible violence. You fight like Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII. It's one of the best, I think, that I haven't done. I'm not saying I'm the best. What I've done, I like obviously because I like it. Like my novel Dream, it's a juxtaposition of darkness and like childlike innocence. This is one of the best, if not the best, the entire series form of that's like in pop culture that I've seen. And I love it. I love the Disney characters. I love the storyline. And this one is, obviously I'm comparing it to the rest of the series. This game is where it was its most simple when it came to the story. It was just Sora stopping the worlds from being corrupted by darkness and swallowed. And during this time, Maleficent and a few of the other Disney villains are kidnapping Disney princesses so that they can, what were they doing? They were trying to open the world to darkness, I think. I don't really know. And I just played the game. What was Maleficent doing?
2,000 years later.
They needed all the princesses apart to open the final keyhole, I think. And that final keyhole would give Maleficent power, I guess. She ends up turning into a dragon thanks to corrupted Riku. If you've never played the game, this video is probably not going to help you. The story starts off with Sora, Riku, and Kairi, three best friends that live on a tropical island. Sora's the hero, Kairi's the damsel in distress, the princess. She's also a princess secretly. And Riku is the villain, which he's not really a villain. He just gets corrupted and spends the rest of the series trying to make up for that. He does some shitty stuff in this game, like really fucked up shit. He kidnaps Pinocchio. He drags Kairi from world to world, trying to basically experiment on her to see if he can bring her back. She's a comatose, basically. Spoiler, it's because her heart is inside Sora for safekeeping, so her body is just an empty vessel. Which is convoluted and complicated in itself, and I said this game was simple. But it is its simplest in the series when it's in Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe I should have scripted this video because it's just as convoluted as the games are. But it keeps it in little bite-sized information as you go, so it's a lot more able to be consumable, I guess, and processed, as opposed to this video, which is just everything in your face all at once. But as far as the story goes, they do leave it open-ended to continue with the next game, which is Chain of Memories, which I am doing a Let's Play of starting next week on Wednesday. And I'm doing the entire Kingdom Hearts series, and I am going to do like a retrospective of each game after I finish each game, respectively. And this game in itself, I think my final thoughts would be it is one of my favorite games from my childhood, and it still holds up to this day. I think it is a good game for kids to play. I think it is a good game for adults to play. I think it's just fun and lighthearted in a sense. And it's just one of those things where you don't expect good things from it. Like, a Final Fantasy RPG with a Disney coat of paint on it doesn't seem like it would be good. It seems like it would be cringy and awful and just kind of annoying. And at times it can be a little bit of those things, but overall I think this game especially holds up through the test of time and is just one of those really special games from my past and my childhood, like Ocarina of Time or Banjo-Kazooie or Smash Brothers Melee, that really encapsulates where I was at that time and what I was going through, and just really brings back a ton of memories for me. If you watched the final episode of my Let's Play of this during the credits, you saw me completely bawl my eyes out because the last time I played this game was with my best friend Jeff, who passed away when we were both 22 years old, a few months after my father passed away, so that was fun. For the longest time I thought God was punishing me for being gay or whatever, but a lot of my favorite memories of him was playing this and Final Fantasy X, which I'm also doing a Let's Play of. And at the time that I played this the first time in high school, I was going through a lot of what Sora was going through, whereas my best friend and me weren't getting along, and it just kind of hurt. I didn't understand why. I didn't understand at the time that friendships aren't meant to last forever. You might disagree, but as I've come to learn that friendships don't last. People change over time, and friendships can either change along with them or they just die. Luckily, my best friend and I, Jeff, the one that passed away, made up, and actually, I think from this game, we realized that we liked the same game and started playing it together. We fought over the dumbest shit, and you guys are going to make fun of me forever. He smoked weed, and I thought it was bad, so we fought about it. But I got over that, and I eventually don't, like, at this point, I don't give a shit if you smoke weed. Like, if you smoke weed, I want some too. But, being high with him and laughing is actually one of the most beautiful memories I have in my life. So hindsight is 20/20, I guess. But we were able to make up and play this game and play Final Fantasy X and, you know, be best friends again for years until I lost him. At the same time, another one of my best friends in high school mirrored me and Riku as well, because I was gay and he was a huge Christian and didn't want to associate with that. Jeff, the guy who passed away, didn't give a shit. He was like, whatever, I don't care. Because he was atheist and didn't give a fuck. Which is sad, because out of all my friends from high school, the one that I would call up now and hang out with would be Jeff, the one that passed away, and I can't. And that sucks. But as far as the changes from, I think, either Final Mix or HD 1.5 Remix, the music was orchestrated. I never played Final Mix before it got released an HD 1.5 Remix because it was a Japan exclusive until then. Also, the colors of some of the boss heartless are different in HD 1.5 Remix. That might be from Final Mix, actually. But yeah, the music got reorchestrated. I actually prefer Traverse Town's original theme from the PlayStation 2 era than I do the reorchestrated version, and I don't know why. But the music, everyone knows Yoko Shimomura. There's a ton of people that actually make music for this series. It's not just her. But all the good ones are Yoko Shimomura. And I think one of my favorite songs from any game ever, she remixed for Smash Brothers. What is the new Smash Brothers game? Ultimate. When Banjo-Kazooie came, she redid Treasure Trove Code for Banjo-Kazooie, and it's amazing. It's better than the original. She can do no wrong in my eyes. She's one of definitely my musical inspirations. Speaking of musical inspirations, Utada, however you pronounce it, Utada Hikaru, the famous songs Simple and Clean and Hikari, and the Planet B remixes of both of those, originated with, well, they didn't originate with the song, they were on albums before that, but they got famous off of this game. And that was my first introduction to the world of J-pop and Japanese pop music in high school, except for like anime, and but this is what really got me into it. And I actually burned a CD of like the music, Utada's music from this, a couple of her other songs from Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, Inuyasha, and Inner Universe from Ghost of the Shell for my then girlfriend at the time. Yeah, I had girlfriends, believe it or not. That's neither here nor there. But I got really into it, and I was like obsessed with Japanese music and like translated Japanese music, English versions or whatever for the longest time. And Utada was my favorite singer for a long time because of this game. And she's since put out a lot more bangers than this, and some of them for the Kingdom Hearts series, others for her own albums. And I'm still a huge fan of her. She's pretty badass. She's also queer, if you didn't know. She's part of the LGBT community, which I love and adore her for. And she's just cool. She's a mom now, and I don't think she thinks of herself as cool, but I think she's fucking cool. The Final Fantasy characters, I actually really enjoy the Final Fantasy characters in this game. Especially Cloud. Cloud's a badass. The first time I played this game, I didn't know who Final Fantasy characters were. I didn't know their games. I was a Nintendo kid, like I said. But I think, and again, I'm comparing it to the future of the series, but I think that was one of the things that I had a problem with in Kingdom Hearts 3. A, that it was so short. The worlds were way too long and boring. And there was no Final Fantasy characters. I think they put Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts because they wanted Final Fantasy fans to be like, oh, I love this character, I'm going to buy this even if I don't like Disney. Which I understand, and maybe they thought later on, oh, we don't need it anymore because Kingdom Hearts has its own fans now. I disagree. I think you've put versions of Final Fantasy characters in this universe, and, well, they don't need to be present in every game, but they need a storyline. The Traverse Town / Hollow Bastion Radiant Garden crew, I think their story was complete. They got their land back, blah blah blah, they got their home back. Cloud's story was not complete. Zack, we don't know what happened to him, he was in Birth by Sleep. And I'm comparing this to the other games in the series. I need to stop that. But what I'm saying is, I haven't played Remind yet, Kingdom Hearts 3. I never even beat Kingdom Hearts 3 because I was so bored. A lot of people tell me that the DLC fixes it. I might give it, I definitely am going to give it a go because I'm going to play it for YouTube. But I'm also going to play Melody of Memory for the first time for YouTube. I haven't played that one at all. But as far as this particular game goes, I love the Final Fantasy characters. I love Cloud being in Olympus Coliseum, but I wish there were more characters, more Final Fantasy characters in other worlds. I understand why they did that because they wanted to give Disney front and center, but I think we could have really used a storyline of like maybe Vincent from Final Fantasy VII in Halloween Town. That would have been really cool because I think he's a vampire. I've never played 7, so I don't know. I might do it for YouTube if you guys want me to. But I think that would have been cool. They could have really potentially made this like an actual crossover instead of just having Final Fantasy characters have cameos in it. Disney probably didn't want that, but I think it would have been cool. The worlds, I think, are... I think they're good. I'm trying not to compare them to later in the series. I think world progression is at its best in this game. It's not hallways like in Kingdom Hearts 2, and it's not just giant open fields of nothingness like it is in Kingdom Hearts 3. I like the juxtaposition, not juxtaposition, but like dual ground or whatever, of like it not being linear, but it's also not crazy open wide, because I hate that. That's one of the reasons why I don't like Breath of the Wild, and Zelda's my favorite series. I don't like open world games in the sense where there's nothing there and you just walk around. I don't like that. I want people there, I want villages, I want stuff to do, and I don't think Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom has that, which is why I'm probably not going to play Tears of the Kingdom, but you know. Neither here nor there. I do love the world design in this game. I wish Alice in Wonderland, the Wonderland world would come back. I wish Atlantica would come back. I just like, the world of Atlantica is confusing. That's not the problem I have with it. It's also my favorite property that Kingdom Hearts uses, the mermaid, and my favorite partner that you get, which is Ariel. But the biggest thing I have a problem with, how did you watch The Little Mermaid and all you saw in it was like gray, lifeless caverns underwater? It is the most vibrant, beautiful movie. Even the live action version is full of color and life, and Kingdom Hearts just threw you in a cave underwater. Literally, just a cave underwater. There's no flora, there's hardly any like animals there except for the shark and the dolphin. It's very strange. I have a similar problem with Wonderland. They didn't use much from the actual movie. The actual Queen's castle is just her throne and in a box, which is very strange. I get they did that because they thought it would be like surreal. I understand that, but it's a little strange. And the best room in that world is probably the Czar room where the door is. That's a really cool room, especially when you can shift gravity depending on where you come in at. It's really fun. Neverland isn't Neverland, it's Captain Hook's boat and Big Ben from London, England. That's another complaint I have, but other than that, I actually really like Neverland. I said it's fucking confusing as well. Also, I'm an idiot. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like open world games, is because I get distracted by everything and don't do the main storyline, which is really fucking annoying. What else? This Kairi and Sora shit is annoying to me. It always has been. I like Kairi. I love Kairi, actually. I think that her being reduced to a love interest damsel in distress is bullshit and kind of sexist, especially as an adult now. As a kid, I saw romance sparks between Sora and Riku because I'm gay, and Kairi was just kind of there to make them interact with each other, which I still see today. Playing through this game, I still see more evidence of Sora and Riku having romantic feelings toward each other than I do Sora and Kairi, which I have a video asking whether or not I think that situation is queer baiting or if it's just wishful thinking from when I was a kid. I don't think it's either. I think it is there. It is tangible. But I also don't think that they did it on purpose. It's just, it says a lot about your writing prowess when the villain has more romantic chemistry with your hero than the damsel in distress / romantic interest does. And that's partially the fault of the writers for making Kairi literally comatose for over half the game. She's only like alive and talking to you in reality in the tutorial world. So I'm supposed to, what I'm assuming, when all my straight friends were like, you're supposed to want to save Kairi, and I do want to save Kairi, but not because I think Sora's in love with her, because I think Sora's her friend, and because Riku is Sora's real love interest, and he's going down a dark path, and I have to help him out of that. That's the whole driving point of this game for me. Kairi is just a victim in this entire game. She has no agency. I'm really, as an adult more than anything, I'm upset because, especially as a writer myself, female characters having no agency is, at this point, it doesn't offend anyone. We're just fucking bored of it. It's boring. That's why the modern Disney princesses, starting with Ariel, actually do shit. They have agency in their own stories. I don't understand why they thought having Kyrie, a damsel in distress, in a modern Disney game, one that takes place after, well, one that was made after Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Pocahontas, you get what I'm going with this? They modeled her more after, like, Sleeping Beauty, I would say. Definitely Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty was dead for half the movie. Which is a classic thing, I understand. But, like, have that be half the plot if you want to reference that, and half the other half Kyrie actually doing something that's not, like, wishing the hero luck or giving him a gift of good luck or some shit. Because that's not giving her agency. That's making her a footnote. I think the reason why I don't buy her as a love interest for Sora is mostly because of this game. This and Chain of Memories. I love Kyrie, don't get me wrong. She was my favorite character in this game because she was cool and spunky and cute during this part. But the rest of the part, she was just dead, literally. She didn't have a heart. But I don't... And people are like, but Sora sacrificed himself for her. Sora sacrifices himself for everybody. He would sacrifice himself for Donald. He would do the same thing if Donald's heart was in him. That doesn't mean shit. Not that I'm saying he doesn't care about her. Obviously he does. He loves her. But I don't think that love is romantic. But I'm getting on an entirely different tangent. But, I mean... all in all, I do think that Kingdom Hearts, flaws and all, really does live up to today's standards of gaming. Storytelling, there are good things and bad things about it, as I've been over. But all in all, I do love this game. I love the entire series. And I just wish that the writers would do just a little bit better, try to do a little bit more with some of their characters, like make Kyrie not a damsel in distress. There's a lot of things I want to bring up that they're part of the other games in the series, and I'm trying not to talk about them. But I think I've run out of things in Kingdom Hearts 1 to talk about. Oh, there is one more thing I want to mention. When I first saw advertisements for Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, I never once saw one for the first game for some reason. But when I first saw advertisements for Chain of Memories, I thought that this world of Kingdom Hearts was all in one planet. Like, I thought you could go into the ocean and meet Ariel, or like get kidnapped by Captain Hook, and one island is like Hawaii with Stitch or whatever. I didn't know what worlds were there. But I thought it was all one world, and I think that would have been cooler. I hate the gummy ships. That's one thing I want to talk about. I hate gummy ships in this game. I played through the whole game, gathering all different kinds of gummy parts. I still didn't have enough to make a single one. A single, like, upgraded version of my gummy ship. Hate it. Bullshit. Waste of time. I don't like it. As opposed to, I remember actually making ones in Kingdom Hearts 2, but I don't know why. You can play through the entire game, finding everything you can find, and then still not have enough to make a gummy ship. At least for me. That's how it was when I was a kid. That's how it was when I just played this. So, I don't know. The gummy ships are garbo in this game. I like the gameplay of the gummy ships okay. It's better in later instances of the series, but as someone that grew up on Nintendo that played Star Fox and shit, it's a lot similar to that, which is not bad. I liked it a lot, actually, as a kid. But as an adult, it feels kind of boring, because I've seen it done better, and I'm really trying to not compare it to the other games in the series, but when I compare it to like Star Fox 64, Star Fox 64 obviously did it better, but this is the gummy ship in this game is like a bare bones version of Star Fox 64, which is still fun. I just wish there was more variety and the upgrading your ship wasn't as fucking a grind as it apparently is. Maybe I did something wrong, I don't know. But every time I went into that menu and tried to make a new gummy ship, multiple times throughout my playthrough, even at the very end, I did not have enough gummies to make one, apparently. Maybe I just don't know how to control the menu or something. I'm not good at shit like that. But, yeah, I think I covered everything. And my ocarina fell. I have an ocarina. Alright, you guys like Theodore? Theodore is my channel mascot. He was in my series, The Dreamy Adventures of Theodore, and he's in my book, Dream, a surreal and psychedelic gay romance fantasy novel, except he's not a teddy bear in it, he's a person with bare ears. But he's going to be in a lot more videos from now on since he is my channel's mascot. You might see him in the introductions of like the gaming videos, the digital form, like 8-bit. But yeah, I think that's my thoughts on Kingdom Hearts. Overall, all in all, I think it's still a pretty damn good game, even by today's standards. For me, at least. This is why I don't like doing reviews of things that I don't like, because even if I don't like something, somebody else might. But doing a review of something that I actually do like is, it's good in my book. If you don't like Kingdom Hearts, I don't know why you'd be watching this video, but I love Kingdom Hearts, the entire series, even the ones I don't like 3, but I still love it because it's Kingdom Hearts. We're going on 40 minutes of me just blabbering on about Kingdom Hearts. This is going to be fun to fucking edit. I really should have made a script, but oh well. I wanted it to come from my head and my heart, and that's what I did. And I hope you guys like this video. If you agreed with it, I'm not gonna like rate it stars or whatever like I do in my book reviews. I might not even do that with my book reviews from now on. But I'm just gonna say it's great. I love it. It holds up, and I think you should play it if you haven't. But if you like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me if you agree or disagree. Cuss me out if you're a SoCai shipper. I don't give a shit. I don't see it, but that's fine. And you can catch me on all social media at AuthorDCKnight, and I go live on Twitch every day at AuthorDCKnight. And I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.